AITA for not paying the full amount for a family-style dinner where I only ate bread. My wife and I are both vegan, but we don't make a big deal out of it. We don't judge others for their choices and we don't expect them to accommodate us. We usually just find something we can eat wherever we go, or eat beforehand if we know the options are limited. One of my friends invited us to his birthday dinner at a restaurant in Brooklyn. He said it was a last-minute thing and he didn't have time to make reservations. So we just had to show up and hope for the best. We checked the menu online and saw that there were not many vegan options, except for chips and guacamole, hummus, and bread. We decided to eat a snack at home and then order drinks and appetizers at the restaurant. We also have been tight with money lately because of some medical expenses. So we didn't want to spend too much on food we couldn't eat anyway. When we got to the restaurant, we found out that they were doing it all family style and splitting the bill evenly among everyone. There were about 15 people in our group, and they ordered a lot of food, most of which was meat or cheese-based. The only thing we could eat was the bread, so we just had a couple of slices each and 2 beers each. At the end of the night, my friend sent me a Venmo request for $120 for our share of the dinner. I was shocked by the amount, since our 4 drinks were only $32 plus tip, so about $40. I texted him back and explained that we didn't know it was going to be family style, and that we only had the beers and some bread. I said I would send him $60 to cover our drinks and a bit extra for the bread. He got angry and said that we should have told him we were vegan, and that it was rude to not participate in the family-style dinner. He said that everyone else paid their fair share, and that we were being cheap and selfish. He said that he expected us to pay the full amount. The decision to make it a family-style meal was done last second too, because the restaurant had no idea a party of 15 was showing up. Otherwise we could have split the bill per party and been fine. I don't think we did anything wrong. We didn't ask for any special treatment, and we didn't complain about the food. We just ate what we could and tried to have a good time. We also didn't want to make a scene or cause any drama by announcing our dietary preferences. We thought $60 was more than enough for what we consumed, and we didn't want to pay for food we couldn't eat. AITA? No chance I would be paying $120 for bread and beer. I bloody hate that way of splitting bills. Info. Did you find out it was family style when you got to the restaurant, or when you'd eaten? Changing my verdict to Ash for refusing to pay $120, and your friend is kinda being a jerk about it. But I do think to some extent that it would have helped if you'd been a little more upfront about saying, hey, there's really nothing here we can eat, so that they'd have either tried to order more of the very few items you could eat and or not have expected you to pay as much. I hate this method of paying for meals, but if you know it's going to be split up like that, it's probably better to speak up early than wait until after the meal is over to negotiate what's fair for you. It's also tough to be the person who has to request payments from everybody at the end of a meal. And I'm wondering if he got stuck paying $180 or if the rest of the party made up for the other half of what he'd requested from you. YTA because of this. When we got to the restaurant, we found out that they were doing it all family style and splitting the bill evenly among everyone. You knew it would be a problem from the start. You should have mentioned something right then and there. How were you shocked at the amount? What did you expect? You did know it was family style and had prior knowledge that the bill was being split evenly prior to the meal. Your choices were speak directly to waitstaff, ask for a separate check, explain to the host once you learned it was family style that you and wife are vegan but will happily eat whatever you can and pay for your own meals or just pay. You did ask for special treatment. You're saying you're not paying. After the fact. Speak up prior to dinner. It's your responsibility to advocate for yourself. Don't wait to tell people you want a separate check. The host could have easily configured the bill for 13 people instead of 15 while they had the bill. After the fact? No, NTA, but learn from this mistake. It was your mistake. Why didn't you explain your dietary restrictions and just order some hummus and guacamole for yourselves? Communication is the key. Obviously, with everything, including this. If we go out with friends, it's always separate checks. This way this does not happen. Everyone else paid their fair share. For you to pay your fair share means paying the $40 worth of food and drinks that you ordered. Plus an extra, happy birthday, $20. NTA. This is going to be unpopular, but YTA. For a few reasons. 1. That's just how bill splitting works as adults. Everyone pays it evenly. If you can't or don't want to participate leads me to reason 2. You learned upon arrival it was going to split evenly. You also knew going in you weren't going to be getting anything other than drinks and maybe an app. You should have communicated this to your friend up front and decide a compromise from there. By not doing so, you agreed to pay the same as everyone else. YTA for not saying something before food was ordered. When they said it was family style, you should have spoke up then. Not when the bill came. It is also pretty obvious that check division could be an issue once a group moves to family style. I have run into this as a vegetarian. You either need to advocate for yourself for items you can eat, order separate, or make it clear you are not part of the family style meal. Your lack of communication put your friend in a position that they either needed to go back to everyone else and ask for more or pick up your difference. I would consider it a lesson learned. People aren't watching what you are eating in a family-style scenario to proactively ask you if you want to be removed from the bill. While I think your friend is clearly ta, you were told that the bill would be split evenly before anyone ordered anything. That was the time to say something. Especially with 15 people ordering food and no one knew you were vegan? Including your friend? So, your friend is under the assumption that everyone is paying the same amount. Because nothing was said to anyone. So when dividing the bill, he went by that assumption. Now everyone paid and he cannot go back to them and ask for more. But I also have to wonder, was he included in that total? Or, as the birthday boy, did he consider his meal paid for? Either way, the time to say something is before everyone orders. Your friend is definitely a jerk, but you're also at fault for saying literally nothing about it to anyone. You should have stated that you guys would only have some drinks and bread. You can't blame anyone for being taken aback when there was zero communication from you two. But your friend is still the bigger asshole for his behavior. Miscommunication. Thought exercise. Your friend either has to pony up himself, or more likely text the other 11-12 people and say, okay, listen everyone. Ken and Barbie decided not to pay. So can everyone pay me another $10 please? Which of course will lead to 100 texts and weeks of drama. Or better yet, maybe you should beat him to the punch and send the text for him. Put your best spin on it. Good luck with that. Tongue out. My guess is, halfway through writing this text you're going to choose to just pay the $120. Call it an expensive birthday gift and lesson to learn from. And move on. And next time, be just a little bit more upfront. None of this is your fault exactly. But if you don't tell anyone, it's not exactly their fault either. I dunno. I kind of feel like YTA. Presumably they ordered a lot because they thought you were eating with them. Hey, guys. Wife and I are vegan, so we're going to opt out of the family-style meal and just order some chips and guacamole for ourselves. Menu looks good. Enjoy. Would that have really been so difficult? Bringing it up afterwards feels a bit ahish to me. How does your friend not know you're vegan? Gonna go against the grain and say YTA for not making it clearer to the group. When we got to the restaurant, we found out that they were doing it all family style and splitting the bill evenly among everyone. You knew at the start what the deal was and you said nothing. This is when you have to fess up and say, we are not taking part. It's awkward, but it's the only fair thing to do. At the end of the night, my friend sent me a Venmo request for $120 for our share of the dinner. I was shocked by the amount. You shouldn't have been shocked. Because you knew what you signed up for. You knew beforehand that this wasn't paying individually. You are the asshole if you don't pay the full amount now. Your friend can't go back to everyone else and say, only Fox 774 only had a small amount of food, so he's paying less. So you need to pay me $7 more to make up for his lower contribution. Realistically, if you don't pay, he's the one out of $60. This was your mistake, so you should pay. And next time, have some backbone and say, sorry guys, I don't want to take part, instead of hiding behind the awkwardness. It's unfair to everyone and causing more discomfort in the long term. We also didn't want to make a scene or cause any drama by announcing our dietary preferences. Well, you made the scene and drama now. You didn't avoid any drama at all. In fact, you caused more from being a coward. Saying you don't want to take part is whatever and it'll be forgotten in seconds. Causing money problems between friends is a big issue. Trust me, I hate that. Like, let me pay for what my family ordered. We always get water and small dishes when out with family while they get wine. Multiple dishes and desserts. And then we are stuck with a $200 bill. YTA. So you sit there hearing these idiot friends are doing things family style, and you suddenly are incapable of speech? Try communicating next time instead of sitting there like a lump. 1. When someone decides to order family style with lots of sharing, they should ask, any allergies or food restrictions? And then order a variety of items too. As an adult, you just gotta make a verbal announcement to all at the table, oh my, we are vegan so can't eat these dishes. We will go ahead and order our own dishes and drinks on a separate tab. Don't worry about us. Please enjoy.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.